Focus. The average person spends 80% of their mental energy worrying about what others think. And here's the wild part, most of those others aren't even thinking about you at all. So why do we keep living under the weight of expectations that were never ours to carry? Because somewhere along the way, we stopped asking what we wanted and started chasing what would make everyone else proud. You're watching Fruity Wisdom, where we drop the weight of illusion and pick up the freedom of truth. Subscribe if you're ready to start living lighter. Expectations are invisible chains. They look like goals. They sound like responsibility. But when they come from the outside, they don't guide you, they grind you. We grow up learning to please, to prove, to perform. But the more you chase approval, the further you drift from authenticity. Because expectation is heavy. And it's not just carried on your back, it's carried in your mind. You start editing yourself, explaining yourself, erasing yourself, just to keep everyone else comfortable. It's not ambition that exhausts us. It's attachment to how things should look, to how people should see us. There's a story about a young athlete named Maya. From the moment she could walk, her parents called her the next champion. Every move she made, every win she got, came with one phrase: "We're so proud of you." And it felt good until one day she lost. She looked at her parents' faces and saw disappointment. That's when she realized she wasn't chasing her dream anymore, she was carrying theirs. Years later, when she finally quit the sport, she said something powerful: "I didn't lose passion. I lost permission to fail, to rest, to just be me." That's what expectations do. They don't just shape what we do, they steal who we are. You see it everywhere. The student who chooses a career to make their parents proud. The partner who hides their real feelings to avoid disappointing someone else. The adult who measures success by someone else's ruler. Different lives, same weight. Expectations are like invisible backpacks. Everyone hands you theirs: parents, teachers, society. And before you know it, you're walking uphill, wondering why you're exhausted. The tragedy? Most of that weight was never yours to carry in the first place. We think saying yes keeps people happy, but sometimes, saying yes to others is saying no to yourself. And you can't run freely while carrying the weight of everyone else's approval. Here's the truth: expectations don't just come from others. They also come from you. From the version of yourself you thought you'd be by now. The plan that didn't happen. The dream that changed. And we punish ourselves for not being that person, instead of realizing we've simply grown. That's the heaviest expectation of all, the one you place on yourself: to be perfect, to never rest, to never disappoint. But perfection isn't peace. It's pressure, disguised as purpose. So how do you let go of that weight? First, ask who you're carrying it for. If the answer isn't you, it's time to set it down. Next, give yourself permission to change your mind. Growth isn't failure, it's evolution. Finally, define success on your own terms. Not how it looks, but how it feels. Peace of mind is the real finish line. When you release others' expectations, you don't lose love, you make space for real connection. And if you want to go deeper into understanding expectations, identity, and freedom, these books are worth every page. Start with The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It'll teach you how to detach from external judgment and live with integrity. Then, The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown, a guide to letting go of who you think you should be and embracing who you are. And Untamed by Glennon Doyle, a powerful reminder that your life was never meant to fit someone else's mold. So here's your challenge. Think of one expectation, from someone else or from your past self, that you've been carrying. Now, say it out loud and let it go. It's not your job to meet everyone's standards. It's your job to meet your own soul. Because the weight of expectation doesn't make you strong, it just makes you tired. And once you drop it, you don't fall apart. You finally stand up straight. This is Fruity Wisdom, reminding you life gets lighter the moment you stop living for applause and start living for alignment.